What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you Splinterlands content daily. I am Aftersound, and we also do stream over on Twitch every single day at This Is Aftersound. So come by, say hello there. We do giveaways every stream, and we do giveaways here for leaving comments. So make sure to leave your in-game username in the comment if you want some in-game currency, either DEC or SPS. I'm being a little stingy with my SPS right now, so we're just giving out DEC because I want those vouchers. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. I've been getting a lot of requests for this, so I thought I would just put it together. But yeah, a lot of people are asking, if I'm just starting now, what would what would you suggest I buy? What are the cards? I did a previous video focusing on summoners. And so now I want to focus on, like if I had the hypothetical, if I had $50 and I'm brand new to this game, what are the cards that I should buy or invest in, right? So I want to scale this back two ways. One, what I'm about to tell you is not going to be like, here is the budget of $50 and I'm going to bust out the calculator and this is what you should buy. I'm going to give you strategies, buy the splinters that I know the best, and looking at cards that kind of fit within that $50 budget range, right? And then really it's up to you. The second thing is, the cards that I'm about to say, this is not investment advice, because I have no idea what will happen to the card values in the short to medium to long term. This is purely about, do these cards help you succeed in the game? Not, are they good investments? Okay, we can talk about that in another video, but and I have talked about that from a rewards cards perspective. But I am always looking for deals and always happy to talk about this and debate folks, or not debate. Debate is very aggressive. Let's go with have a solid constructive discourse on what are the best deals out there at the time if you believe in this game and the assets within this game long term. Okay, so like I said, I want to focus on specific splinters and the cards that I would consider buying in each of these splinters. Okay. Now, this might add up to $50. It might not. Everything that I'm going to show you for the most part will keep you under $50. To me, I believe that if you can be strong in two, maybe three of the splinters, right? There's six here, not counting neutral, six including dragon, not counting neutral. If you can be strong in 2 to 3 of them, you're going to be in good shape no matter what, right? And this is also assuming that you are brand new to the game, you don't have any other cards, and this is also assuming that in the future you will be staying in bronze and staying specifically in modern format, right? I'm really trying to help those people who are brand new to the game, because we have a bunch, and I want to welcome you guys in, and hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and avoid them, and learn from my wins and expand on them. All right, so let's go. I'm going to start, and we're going to go splinter by splinter. And the honest truth, the spoiler alert, is that I'm not going to be able to give this to you in all splinters, because I don't think that there are successful strategies, or I haven't had successful strategies in some of them. And it would be very, very wrong of me to suggest buying certain cards when I don't know how they will affect the in-game thing, or at least if I don't have experience with them. So the main two that we want to look at, water and earth. Now, if you have been focusing or listening to the videos, you know just how much I love this card right here, going for $3, Venari Wavesmith. I have been preaching the Venari Wavesmith gospel for a long time. I think it is still undervalued. Oh, sorry, we're not going to talk investment, but I think it is still under-recognized as to how dominant it can be in the novice and early bronze or lower bronze levels. And while there have been ways coming up to counter it, I still think for $3, you get a card that is going to help you win a ton of games and a ton of rule sets that will be beneficial for it. So Venari Wavesmith is my big one in water. The other two are actually previous rewards cards, and they are this right here, Torhilo the Frozen and Axemaster. Now, why is this? It's because water with Venari Wavesmith has become so dominating in bronze and in novice that actually having anti-Venari Wavesmith or anti-Wavesmith strategies can be really helpful, right? And so you can run a Bortus team, have Torhilo, have Axemaster, delivering a ton of damage, and reducing the overall effectiveness of a Wavesmith team, right? Plus, these guys are going to be good regardless. I mean, Axemaster works great. He does 4 damage every single turn, and the double strike is a phenomenal thing. Full transparency, I actually don't own either of these cards, but they are on my wish list, and I would love to grab them the next time I have money available. But I have played with both of them through rentals, and I think that they are a phenomenal addition to your deck. Now, who am I leaving out here? The Big Daddy Jin O'Shaughnessy, my favorite. Love this guy. Look, if you can afford him as a legendary card, go for it, right? It's not that much more expensive, but it's going to eat up into your hypothetical $50 budget quite a bit. But, you know, O'Shaughnessy is the Cron Killer for a reason. It's just, if I was going to build more of a budget deck or want to get more bang for my buck, in a sense, I would focus on the other 3 cards. But I don't think that you can go wrong with O'Shaughnessy, and I think O'Shaughnessy can be very dominant throughout Bronze, and has done a good job kind of rebalancing things throughout Bronze. So that's what I have for Water. Let's go on to Earth. Now, Earth, Earth is going to be very easy for me. It's Mylar. It's literally Mylar. Oh, let's go ahead and get rid of this. I know this is above the $50 thing, but there is a reason that Mylar is the king of Bronze. The first week that I was playing this game, I rented Mylar, and Mylar got me to Silver 2 in 1 night or maybe 2 nights of playing. So there are definitely anti-Mylar strategies, and there are a lot of the the legendary summoners that can take down Mylar. But if you are just looking at summoners in the and we won't look at legendary, and we're not going to count Daria because Daria is technically an older rewards card and will not be available in modern format. You can see there is a clear divide on Mylar versus the rest of the summoners that will be available, barring, you know, not including whatever might happen with Chaos Legion. But right now, Mylar is the king, and to go along with Mylar, I apologize because I know we're going to go above budget here, but Mylar and where is she at? Oh, actually, this is going to be the one rule that I break. Wood Nymph. She's not going to be available in modern format, but right now, for the next month and a half or 2 months until Chaos Legion comes out, a team of Mylar. A team of Mylar, Mustang. Where is Mustang? And Wood Nymph is going to win you a ton of games, or at least it has won me a ton of games. So it really covers you from all bases, right? Wood Nymph gives you the healing aspect on a hell of a tank with Unicorn Mustang, which you get in the starter deck right now. So this is one you would have to buy at the moment. That may change when Chaos Legion comes out because we don't know what the starter deck is going to look like. But having them, you know, this is a 12 mana play right here that is going to protect you. And with Mylar, a 12 mana play with Mylar, so 15 mana game that is going to give you protection from magic damage. It's also going to give you protection from melee damage. So it covers so many of your bases. And it's the reason when you're playing, especially at the higher levels of Bronze, like I've been playing in Bronze 1, I see this all the time. I still have trouble with it. I mean, I have Mylar, but I have trouble with it because I try to get cute, right? Now that I'm getting hopefully a little bit more knowledgeable about the game, I am trying my best to to beat Mylar without playing Mylar, if that makes sense. The other one thing that I want to call out here, and maybe I should call it out. The other thing that I'm going to call out here, Khmer Princess or Khmer, I don't know how to say that. Khmer Princess. Okay, whatever. That just sounded weird in my head. So excuse the mispronunciation. The Princess, we'll call her the Princess. She seems to be the new replacement for Wood Nymph. But what's very interesting, and I'm going to go into this a little bit later in the video, is she does not get the healing ability until level 4, which you will not be able to play until Silver format. So again, might be good to grab some of these. You know, to get to level 4, you're going to need 25 cards. That's $100 right there. So I'm not saying to do that. But I don't know what the healing will look like in the upcoming modern format because we are losing Wood Nymph, and we are also losing on the water side the healer that we have there. Where is he at? I don't even know what it is. Crustacean or something? Why can't I find him now? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Where are you at? All right. Is it just me or am I... Oh, you know what? I'm sorry because I'm I'm not looking at alpha beta promo. Okay, this has just gotten way too much. There you go, Crustacean King. So we are losing him in the modern format. Okay, that was a very long aside. So that's who I would focus on the Earth side. I know that eats up all of your budget, but if you want to go heavy on Earth, like I said, Mylar got me all the way to silver. Can probably do something similar for you, although, you know, as players accumulate more cards and there are better players in the game, you know, your mileage may vary. Your Mylar mileage may vary. Ah, you like that one? That just came to my head. Okay, guys, let's move on before I start losing subscribers to my very, very poor humor. Okay, the last splinter that I feel confident about is Dragon, and I've just started getting into the Dragon splinter more and more. But as many of you know, we were talking about Mylar earlier, and I am a huge, huge fan of Jinchawala right here. Again, this is the budget Mylar. It comes with thorns built in for $3. I think it's still, well, again, we're not talking about undervalue, but I think for $3, it's not a bad addition to your deck. And the other one that you know, if you looked at the summoner video that I watched, I really like Kretch. And the reason that I like Kretch is because you can play him at level 2. He's an epic summoner. You can play him at level 2 in bronze. And the one thing he gives you that no other summoner in bronze, not even the legendary summoners in bronze, can give you is the ability to play level 3 rares. Every other summoner is limited to level 2 rares. He is the only one that can give you that ability in bronze. I like it. The only thing is you're going to have to, you know, spend, I think it's like $40 to get him to level 4. So may not necessarily, I'm not telling you to go and level him up, but I like having a 3 mana dragon summoner. And again, these are just the 2 cards that I have been really focusing on from the dragon perspective. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, I still haven't explored enough, but there are many games, many especially low mana games, where if you don't have Mylar, Jinchawala is going to win it for you, right? And you can pair them with a healer across one of the other splinters or whatever the case is. And you can play Jinchawala at level 2 in bronze, right? Because we can play a level 2 epic card in bronze, which would give a much needed extra melee damage, right? And so now all of a sudden with Thorns, you're doing 5 damage on 8 mana per turn with a good chunk of armor and a good chunk of health. So my budget Mylar here, that's kind of how I would look at, or those are the cards that I would be eyeing across the Dragon Splinter. Now, lastly, well, okay. I don't want to talk about any of the other splinters in details because I don't have the same kind of confidence about your success rate within the game. But I will say that if we are looking at some of them right now, Harklaw, I know Harklaw is $16. And again, I'm not talking about from an investment standpoint, although I do think it'll go up. But Harklaw is going to be someone to deal with in the upcoming modern format. We are going to be losing Lord of Darkness. And so I don't think that there are actually any other cards in the death, on the death splinter that have shield and can reduce damage from melee and range attack. So he makes a very decent tank and has won me actually quite a few games. So, you know, right now, all of the legendary cards on the rewards are lower than all other legendary cards in the game. And obviously there's still plenty to be printed, so the price will fluctuate. But, you know, I grabbed him. I actually grabbed a couple of them. And it's, yeah, if I was focusing on the Death Splinter, I can't say that you're going to have success all the time because he is very, very non-resistant to magic damage. But that's who I would focus on the Death team. And I'm just trying to see. Oh, sorry, of course. The one summoner that I love, Ouster. So actually, Ouster would probably be higher up on my list than Harklaw. So yeah, if you're looking to spend and get into the Death team, I think with the current, and I don't know what the new potential, what is that called? Summoner from Chaos Legion, Death Summoner will look like, or Death Summoners will look like. But, you know, Ouster gives much needed protection from magic. So actually I would focus on Ouster and then Harklaw. And yeah, I mean, Venari Bonesmith is like your budget Ancient Lich, but, you know, it hasn't been as game changing for me as I was hoping it would be. I am going to skip over the Fire Splinter because, to be honest, I don't know. The Fire Splinter I play, Jotun is the king of the Fire Splinter. And look, if you can afford Jotun, go for it. Like Jotun has won me so many games, but that is like 11x the budget that we're talking about here, and I don't even have one. But yeah, for those who have been following, I want to believe in Kid Yuff, but I just haven't been able to find a strategy that works for him. And I think that kind of shows with the rare summoners available. Like, he's near the bottom. He's near the bottom of all these rare summoners we have available in the upcoming modern format. So there's a part of me that wants to grab, like, part of the strategy that I'm thinking is maybe grab him, level him up because he's cheaper. But the only real value he has is in a game where it's silent summoners. But I need a leveled up summoner in order to play my higher level cards, right? So that's kind of the thought process. But I'm like, if I got to grab 5 of them, that's like $30 for a very, very small or a very, very unique rule set that doesn't come around very often and is, and for only one of the splinters. So yeah, we'll skip over Fire because I don't feel confident telling you anything in there. The last one then will be Life. Again, I don't feel as confident about anything major here. I think Lorna's cool, but I haven't played with her enough to know. One of the things that I'm considering is grabbing Mother Kala and leveling her up because I do tend to play with her a bit, but she's part of the starter deck right now. So you only get level 1 when you play the starter deck. So in order to take advantage, Mother Kala might be one that I consider leveling up. Jin Renover's cool and can definitely be an asset. The one that makes the most sense to me, and again, this is going to be the tiniest part of your budget, is Venari Crystalsmith. Now, I want to get to this because, again, we don't know what's going to happen with Chaos Legion, but we do know that across the other splinters, we are going to lose Wood Nymph and we are going to lose Crustacean King, which means that in Bronze, Venari Crystalsmith might be the only tank healer available, barring whatever we get in Chaos Legion. But if you look at these 2 cards here, and I'm going to focus on where they at. No, it's not a rewards card. If you look at Chimer Princess, right, I showed you tank heal at level 4, so that's a silver play. And then if you look at Albatross, I didn't know this until recently, but Albatross gets heal at level 6, which I believe is for gold, right? So either like high silver or gold. I believe it's gold. So, if you're staying in Bronze for the foreseeable future, there might be only one tank healer available, and that's going to be Venari Crystalsmith, who is a rewards card. So again, I don't have specific strategies that win for me all the time or win for me consistently with Venari Crystalsmith, the Life Splinter. But, and I'm grabbing Jin Renovas just because I'm grabbing as many reward cards as possible right now. But it's not like Jin Renova is dominating in any way. It's nice to get the strengthen and give all of your monsters extra health. And having magic damage on the Life Splinter is nice, but there's no real strategies here the way that I gave you both on the water and on the earth, and then partially for the dragon team. And just to round things out, on the neutral side, I really like Gargoyle Devil, but more specifically, who is the other neutral card? Where's he at? Uraeus, where are you? There he is. The reason I like him, and I've started to love neutral cards even more, and might do a video on this just because I'm really starting to explore the flexibility of neutral cards, is this right here. You can play an epic card at level 2 in Bronze, and this guy gets the most valuable second damage to go along with speed is just okay, but the armor here and the extra health. If you look across all of the splinters, right, and I guess we'll go here, let's go to playable cards. If you look across all of the splinters, a lot of them have this backline sneak monster that you can get for like 2 or 3 mana. I think red is the only one that has, fire is the only one that has it for 2 mana with Cobalt Miner. But on water, you have Saber Shark that's kind of getting replaced with Pelacor Bandit. Over here, you have a 4 mana, but 2 damage, right? but also no armor with the Goblin Thief. You have the kitty here for Feral Spirit, and we don't know how that's going to get replaced because we're going to be losing that in modern format. And then on the death team, you actually have some options here. We're going to be losing Skeleton Assassin, but you still have Undead Badger, which is 2 mana for one damage, although he only has 1 life. So you can see kind of across all of the splinters, there's nothing really as good as Uraeus, right? Oops. There we go. Oh my goodness, Uraeus, where are you? There's nothing that you can really get as good as him. And if you have leveled up summoners, you're able to play him at this level 2 in bronze. So again, sorry guys, if you were expecting me to like bust out the calculator and give you the $50, you know, what everything adds up to $50. But those are the ones that I would focus on. Again, not from an investment standpoint. And again, none of this is financial advice. This is just like cards that have been worthwhile for me to grab, either from a rental or from a, you know, buying standpoint. It's nice buying cards and you know, especially the more affordable cards is to me the name of the game with this. And I'm going to do another video talking just about that specifically versus renting. Because at the end of the day, you can own your assets in here and you don't want to be at the whim of somebody who can cancel your rental at any time, right? However you feel about the rental system, your rentals at the current moment can be canceled at any time. So that's just the kind of world that we live in. And yeah, until that gets not fixed, because I wouldn't say that it's necessarily broken. That's just what the system is. But until that gets refined in a way that is, you know, better for all people all around, both the owners and the renters, that's just the world we live in. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully this was helpful, or at least shined a light on some of the cards that I have been looking at or have been grabbing myself. So if you're enjoying this content, please consider liking and subscribing. It is a free and easy way to support the channel. And for those of you who leave a comment, I am going through on a weekly basis. My Monday Q&A weekly videos are going through and sending out DEC to the most thoughtful and engaging comments, ones that are really trying to add value to the community that we're trying to build here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you on the next video, and I will see you also in the game. Take care.